Have you ever thought about how inclusive education in Tucumán really is? Well, in terms of gender and sexuality, it is really avant-garde. Trust me. But what about visible and non-visible disabilities? Well, at least for me, it has been pretty shitty. Hello girls, guys, and non-binary pals, I am Kathy and welcome to my TED Talk. Well, many of you may not know, but to give you a brief summary, I am kind of screwed. When I was 7, I was finally able to get my diagnosed with dyslexia, and it was really hard to get one. Mainly, it was because I have always been such a nerd, and I was an enthusiastic reader since I was 4, and mainly in part because I was a quiet little girl and not a problematic little boy. You know, Tucumán of 2007. And funny story, one of the many specialists that treated me told me that I could not study further than 2nd grade in primary school. Joke's on you, mate. But luckily for me, I had 2 amazing things. 1, a mother who has spent until her last cent on specialists and phonoaudiology, and 2, a lovely hobby of contradicting people. As I grew up, I started noticing that I was clearly different, and I hated it. I couldn't stand the idea of getting behind, and I started to work really hard every day to be the best at everything. And obviously, I started stressing out really bad and having really bad migraines. I know, kind of a psycho for a 10-year-old, but in secondary school, things were worse. I had no friends and I was bullied the last 3 years of secondary school. And I simply ended up with a neurotic personality disorder. And then university happened. My first year of university, 4 years ago, was actually a nightmare. Every day around 6 p.m. I started having really bad migraines and throwing up over and over until just only bile came out of me. Of course, I started checking my health, and after my last brain scan, the neurologist sat down and told me that I was autistic. And as he compared my brain scan with a neurotypical one, he advised me to go to therapy because as a result of 18 years being undiagnosed, I had developed OCD, depression and anxiety. And actually the first time that I came out of the disabilities closet and I said it out loud in public was in the last jornadas, but I skipped the dyslexia part because I was so ashamed. And just a few weeks ago I asked the teacher how could I improve the essay part of the examination because I was really struggling with it, and the topic just appeared. She told me that I was treating me unfairly. The thing that I was doing was the same thing as forcing a blind person to read a paper for an examination, and I couldn't stop thinking about that. And this conversation immediately reminded me of the first time that I sat for an exam during the pandemic. The teacher told me that I was not going to be able to go through 3rd year of university. And it was pretty shocking to have such an important teacher saying those words to me. And as this teacher told me, I am not doing this for myself. I am doing this for all the people who can't do it for themselves. And I really think that this is a topic that we need to put on the table of discussion, and that is really important for everyone. So thank you so much for joining. I hope you enjoyed it, and above all, I hope that you have learned that invisible disabilities are valid and that anyone can have them, even if they don't seem like it.